Downton Abbey is one of the most popular dramas in TV history, and it's not just for its fancy costumes and elaborate sets. Much of the show's appeal actually came from its many dynamic characters. Despite running for 6 seasons over 5¼ years, fans are finding it hard to let go and can't help but wonder what follows for the cast. So let's find out. First up, Dame Maggie Smith, aka Violet Crawley, the Dowager Countess of Grantham, remains quite a fan favorite. Filled with a thrilling balance of tradition and sass, Violet Crawley definitely brought a lot of humor to the show thanks to her laser-sharp wit. So what has she been up to recently? Surprisingly, the 3-time Emmy Award winner has only done a handful of roles since the drama series, and we think that the break is very well deserved. Following Downton Abbey, Smith reprised her bewitching role as Professor Minerva McGonagall from Harry Potter, which became one of her most praised acting gigs. In 2018, she also did a voice role for the Harry Potter Hogwarts mystery video game. In the same year, Smith voiced Lady Blueberry in Sherlock Gnomes, and in 2019, she won a record 5th Best Actress prize for her role as Goebbels' secretary in A German Life. One of her most recent roles was a 2021 appearance in A Boy Called Christmas. Surprisingly, Smith also performed alongside Downton Abbey castmates for a 2019 film after she had quite decisively stated that she doesn't want to make future appearances in them. Although fans were happy to know that she would also be returning for a second film, the second film, called Downton Abbey A New Era, however, was only to feature her heartbreaking death. In other bizarre news, over the years there have been countless rumors of the Oscar recipient's death, with one making rounds on the internet just a few weeks ago. However, we're glad to let you know that the 87-year actress is very much alive and healthy. Thankfully, it was nothing more than a hoax. Next, Michelle Dockery, aka Lady Mary Crawley. If you're wondering how the most dramatic member of the Downton family has been spending her time, you've come to the right place. The exceedingly posh Lady Mary Crawley had her fair share of misfortunes in the show, but as the show progressed, we watched her transform from a selfish girl to a mature young woman. How fascinating! While the star was afraid that the rest of her acting career would be overshadowed by this one role, after Downton Abbey aired its finale in 2015, Dockery managed to make a clean break. She moved on to some very different TV roles, appearing on TNT's Good Behavior in 2016, as well as in Netflix's Godless the following year. The role resulted in her 4th Emmy Award nomination. In 2019, she featured in another miniseries called Finding Jacob. Next year, she worked with Guy Ritchie on The Gentleman, and returned to the stage to play Diana Christensen in the National Theatre's production of Network in London. Her most recent projects include Downton Abbey A New Era, a sequel to the 2019 film. She also played Kate Woodcroft in Netflix's Anatomy of a Scandal. It's not that Dockery is purposefully avoiding period drama, it's just that the film industry wants to see what else she's capable of, and aren't we excited? Brendan Coyle, aka John Bates. As viewers enter the world of Downton Abbey, John Bates, the kind-hearted man trying to overcome his troubled past, is the first person they see. Serving as the valet to the Earl, the disabled veteran initially met with prejudice goes on to become one of the most treasured characters. And while we know he returned as John for the Downton Abbey films in 2019 and later in 2022, we want to know what else he's done. Well, the 59-year-old actor took a break from period dramas and went on to star in an episode of 12 Monkeys, as well as the films Me Before You, Useless, and Bear, but it wasn't long until he found his way back in another TV drama, this time for the BBC One Netflix series Requiem, in which Coyle played the role of Stephen Kendrick. Following this role, Coyle appeared in Mary Queen of Scots as the Earl of Lennox in 2019. That's not all. He also has film projects Butterfly in the Typewriter and The Rising 1916 currently in the works. The star of Who Won the Laurence Olivier Award has been on fire, and we're here for it. Moving on to Dan Stevens, aka Matthew Crawley. Introduced as the next in line in succession to inherit the earldom and the estate of Downton, Matthew Crawley was an educated yet flawed everyman who proved to be one of the most beloved characters in the franchise. The 39-year-old actor sure left a mark on the show even after his exit from the period drama in search of new opportunities. This was truly a heartbreaking moment for fans, especially since Dan's character experienced a traumatic car accident death in season 3. We're tearing up just thinking about it. But the star has played some pretty impressive characters in the last few years, which is exactly what he wanted. So even though he left us all in shambles, maybe we can forgive him. After all, he did apologize for the way Matthew's storyline wrapped up back in 2017, adding, "I've done a lot since then though, so hopefully people are seeing what I have been up to and are beginning to understand why I wanted to move on. We wonder what he has been doing." Shortly afterward, Stevens really switched things up and showed off his range through a variety of roles. Some of his noteworthy films include Summer in February, as well as Night at the Museum, Secret of the Tomb, and The Man Who Invented Christmas. In 2018, he also starred in the Netflix horror thriller Apostle. One of his most prized accomplishments was landing a lead role on the show Legion, which ran from 2017 to 2019. He said, "I'm extremely proud of having been a part of something so uniquely weird." This was followed by another major win as Stevens starred alongside Emma Watson portraying the Beast in the 2017 live-action remake of Beauty and the Beast. We almost didn't recognize him, seeing that he was, well, a beast for most of the movie. All in all, we're happy to see he's doing well. Then we have Jim Carter, aka Charles Carson. Charles Carson was the glue that held the Crawley family and their staff together. Admired for his chivalry, he was a man of great work ethic and honor, and to say that he kept Downton in order would not be a stretch. Then he moved on to earn 4 consecutive Emmy Award nominations from 2012 to 2015 for his role. So what has Jim Carter been doing since? While Jim's bushy eyebrows will be the first thing you notice about him, his incredibly deep voice is a close second. Since the show, Carter has acted in and voiced a number of roles, including 2017's Transformers: The Last Knight. He then played some more similar roles, one of them being a 20th century human butler or a transforming robotic one. That same year, Carter also voiced Rookery in The Little Vampire 3D. Then he made his first foray into video games in 2020, when he voiced Bernard Grubb in Wallace and Gromit: The Big Fix-Up. Carter recently showed his face in the film The Good Liar, as well as the show Nightfall. Oh, and of course he reprised his role as Charlie Carson in the 2019 Downton Abbey film and again in 2022. Yay! Lastly, Elizabeth McGovern, aka Cora Crawley. After having a number of acting credits like a few other co-stars, Elizabeth McGovern gained even more popularity from the History TV series. Cora Crawley was probably one of the most charming people on the show. Liked for her loyalty as a wife, the Supreme Hostess was the best at keeping the Earl of Grantham in check. Since the series ended, McGovern has appeared in several films, including The Commuter in 2018 and 2019's War of the Worlds. McGovern also reprised her role as Cora Crawley in the 2019 Downton Abbey film and 2022 sequel. In addition, McGovern is a seasoned theatrical performer. She wrote and is currently starring in Ava: The Secret Conversations in London, in which she portrays iconic Hollywood actress Ava Gardner. What a lot of people don't know is that McGovern is also a singer-songwriter, and in 2008 she began fronting the band Sadie and the Hotheads. As if being an on-screen and on-stage actress isn't enough, she also tours with her band. In fact, after the show ended, the Downton Abbey star said she felt liberated to be able to focus on a music career. If you haven't heard her songs, you should definitely check them out. Well, one thing is for sure, no matter where these Downton stars are or what they're doing, they'll always have a special place in our hearts. That's a wrap for this video. Were you happy to hear about how everyone's doing? Let us know in the comments below. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this. See you in the next one.